Few factions have stirred as much intrigue and fear as the Triglavians. Emerging from the shadows of the abyss, the Triglavians represents one of the most dangerous forces. Their arrival has not only introduced new challenges, but has also fundamentally altered the landscape of the game. I will aim to provide an in-depth exploration of the Triglavians, delving into their origins, their technology, and their impact on the world of Eve. Whether you are a seasoned capsuleer or a newcomer to this game, this will be interesting. The Triglavians first made their presence known to the capsuleers of New Eden through the appearance of Abyssal Deadspace. This is a mysterious and dangerous region accessible only through abyssal filaments, similar to the ones we have in Eve Echoes that we use when we need to go to Kalevala. These filaments, when activated, transports players to an isolated pocket of space filled with hostile environments, treacherous terrain, and of course, the Triglavians themselves. Before their emergence, little was known about this ancient faction. The Triglavians are believed to be a civilization that existed in New Eden long before the rise of the current empires. Their knowledge of the galaxy and its hidden technologies surpasses that of any other known faction. Their return to known space marked the beginning of a series of events that would eventually culminate in the invasion of Empire space and the formation of the region known as the Pochven. The Triglavians operate as a highly organized society known as the Triglavian Collective. The collective is divided into 3 main clades, each representing a different aspect of their society. You have the Svarog clade. This clade is focused on warfare and combat. The Svarog clade is responsible for the development of the Triglavians' fearsome ships and weapons, including their signature entropic disintegrators. We also have the Veils clade. This is the scientific and technological arm of the collective. They are responsible for research and development of the advanced technologies that the Triglavian wield, including their unique bioadaptive augmentations and the infrastructure of Abyssal Deadspace. And we also have the Perun clade. This represents the governing and strategic planning aspect of the collective. They also are the clade that oversees the overall direction of the Triglavian efforts, including their military campaigns and the occupation of Pochven. The Triglavians' belief system is centered through the concept of proving, a process by which they test their strength and worthiness of themselves and others, similar to Yachas in the Predator world. This philosophy of proving is deeply ingrained in their culture, and this is a key motivator behind their aggressive actions within New Eden. They believe that only the strongest should survive and thrive, and this belief system drives them to constantly test their own capabilities, and of course yours too. The introduction of Abyssal Deadspace fundamentally changed the way that players interact with the universe today. Accessible through the abyssal filaments, these pockets of space are challenging environments filled with dangerous anomalies. There's also time limits and the Triglavian forces. Each Abyssal Deadspace pocket is divided into tiers, with higher tiers offering greater rewards, but also posing significantly higher risks. Players who venture into Abyssal Deadspace must be prepared to face not only the Triglavian ships, but also other environmental hazards, such as the electrical storms, the dark matter clouds, and the corrosive gases. The intense nature of these encounters have made Abyssal Deadspace a proving ground for capsuleers, where only the most skilled and well prepared can hope to survive. The rewards for successfully navigating the Abyssal Deadspace are significant. Players can obtain valuable Triglavian ships, blueprints and materials, as well as mutaplasmids. These are special items that can alter the attributes of ship modules, creating powerful custom modules. However, the risks are equally high, with the potential of a complete loss of your ship and its content if the timer runs out, or of course if the capsuleer is defeated by the Triglavian forces. Triglavian technology is among the most advanced in EVE, characterized by their unique mechanics and devastating potential. The most iconic Triglavian weapon is the Entropic Disintegrator. This is a weapon system that deals increased damage the longer it remains focused on a single target. This mechanic encourages a different style of combat, where prolonged engagements are rewarded with exponentially increased damage output. The Triglavian ships such as the Damavik, which is a frigate, or the Vedmak, which is the cruiser, or the Lishak, which is the battleship, are designed around these weapon systems. Now these ships also possess advanced defenses, including significant resistance to damage and the ability to regenerate armor. This makes them difficult to bring down. Another significant aspect of the Triglavian technology is the use of these mutaplasmids. These items allow players to modify their attributes of existing ship modules. This can enhance their performance in critical areas such as damage output, resistance, or capacitator usage. However, mutaplasmids are unpredictable, and the modification that they produce can be either beneficial or detrimental, adding an element of risk to their use. The Triglavian invasion was a game-changing event. The Triglavian launched a full-scale assault on Empire Space. This invasion took place over several phases, with the Triglavians attacking and eventually capturing multiple star systems. This culminated in the creation of the Pochven region. During this invasion, players were given the choice to either defend Empire Space from the Triglavians or aid them in their conquest. This player-driven conflict resulted in dynamic change to the map of New Eden, with several systems being permanently altered by the Triglavians' presence. The invasion also introduced the concept of stellar manipulation, where the Triglavians would alter the star of a system to create conditions more favorable to their needs. For example, making a high-sec system a low-sec system. This manipulation had a significant effect on the systems involved, affecting everything from resource availability to the performance of ships within the systems. The result of this invasion was the formation of the Pochven. This is a new region of space that consists of 27 systems that were previously a part of the Empire Space. These systems are now connected by the Triglavian conduits and are governed by the Triglavian Collective. Pochven is a lawless region filled with Triglavian forces, rogue drones and other threats, making it a dangerous but rewarding area. This is also known as the Triglavian Domain. It's a unique and challenging region of space. It operates under different rules compared to the rest of New Eden, with no direct Stargate connection to other regions. Instead, as we talked about before, players must use filaments or wormholes to enter and exit Pochven. Within Pochven, players will encounter not only the Triglavian forces, but as I said, rogue drones and hostile NPCs from the Empire factions. The region is rich in resources, including rare ores and materials needed to build these Triglavian ships. Pochven also serves as a base of operations for the Triglavian aligned player corporation Edencom, which was created by the 4 empires of New Eden, mainly just to combat the Triglavian during the invasion. Edencom continues to operate within Pochven, engaging in skirmishes with Triglavian forces and players who support them. Introduction of Abyssal Deadspace and the Triglavian invasion provided new challenges and opportunities for players. Now players who sided with the Triglavians during the invasion found themselves in direct conflict with those who supported Edencom and the empires. This did lead to intense PvP battles and strategic maneuvers. The creation of Pochven as a permanent region of space has added a new dimension to EVE Online. The region's lawless nature and the lack of direct connections to other parts of New Eden have made it a haven for pirates, explorers, and industrialists alike. As EVE Online continues to evolve and EVE Echoes shortly after, the Triglavian remains a central part of the game's ongoing narrative. Their presence in New Eden has set stage for future conflicts and developments, and their advanced technology continues to influence the strategic and tactics of the players.